Hey, good morning from the office. Why is my monitor not on? I want to see my monitor. I don't have anything. Sorry, folks. They have my monitor turned off. They don't want me to see what it's going to be like this Monday morning. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office. We're North Georgia's only live online morning show. I hope you had a good weekend. Hold on, I'm trying to pull up all my pictures. I hope you had a good weekend. I did. Enjoyed the weekend. Nice and cold. Getting a little cold. Today is the last day. Stop yawning over there, Rose. It's Monday morning. Today is the last day to enter to win the basket. The basket. That's okay. I mean, that's all right. I mean, I don't really need to see the monitor. I just like it. It's just something I like. It's just something I've come to get used to. You know what I mean? Just something that when I look over there, I could see what damn picture's on the screen. It's just something that I've come to enjoy. But I don't need it. It's okay. Good morning, Sam. Anyhow, Rose, it's the last day for the basket, right? And this basket has over $200 worth of values. Now, I can't see it on the screen, but I'm for sure there's a basket up there for the viewers to see. Rose, I always wanted to do this. Tell them what they've won, Rose. Tell them what they could win, Rose. Rose has no...
Okay, so inside the basket, we have a $50 gift certificate for a meal at River Street Tavern, a $25 credit towards boarding or grooming at Benji and Friends, 1 free oil change with Schadenkerk Ford of Jasper, 2 free scoops of ice cream from Moo Bear's Ice Cream and Hot Dogs, 2 free movie tickets for Easttown Cinemas, 2 tickets for a wine tasting at Carter Cay Vineyards, and a beautiful basket, delicious apples, and of course a jar of apple butter to eat on from Aaron's Family Orchard.
Well, folks, that's the basket. You have to go to Fetch Your News. You have to like our page, share the post, write, "It's fall, you all." Is that it? Did I get everything right? Y'all. Sorry. You all, just y'all, one word or one enunciation or whatever. So go to today is the last day. Now you're going to randomly put numbers to this. You're telling me Friday, and you're going to make the pick. What time can people expect? You have just anything going there, or did I just put you on the spot? Is there a time this afternoon that you're going to make the announcement? Okay. Follow our Facebook page. We'll let you know that basket, the winner. You could still enter this morning, right?
Yes, and we're going to announce the winner at 12 p.m. or noon. Noon. We will announce the winner of over $200 in value in that basket. Go like our page, Fetch Your News, okay? Share the post and write "Fall Y'all," okay? Got it. Now, Roy Moore, you know, I was thinking of Roy Moore. I watched all the morning shows. They have totally glossed over the $250 billion in deals the president has made. They have glossed completely over him going to the World Trade Organization and saying America first. They've glossed over everything to get straight up to the point where he may have said something nice about Vladimir Putin. How dare him? But so, you know, according to the media, it's a wasted trip. Totally wasted trip, because he actually did say Russia and Vladimir Putin, and he took our intelligence agency to task on foreign soil. We will talk about that in a minute. You know, Roy Moore, there's some things here, okay? Now, he had an interview with Sean Hannity Friday. You know, what is that song his accuser sings? "Oh, baby, you, Roy Moore, you got what I need. But you say we're just friends. You say he's just a friend. Oh, baby, you got what I need." Roy Moore, cruising through the trailer parks in Gadsden, Alabama, sipping on gin and juice, looking for the ladies. Yeah, I feel like the midnight DJ, Roy Moore. There he is, cruising those trailer parks,
looking for those young girls in Gadsden, Alabama. Our latest hit, Sipping on Gin and Juice. Now, put this up here. This is some things, there's a couple things here. Now, I'm not going to take Roy Moore to task. I'm going to tell you two sides of this story, okay? I'm going to tell you what it's like on a campaign trail, okay? But tell you what it's like. I've been on the campaign trail with Senator David Perdue, went to several when he was running here in the state of Georgia, went to several campaign events with the senator, watched as he was running against Michelle Nunn, the Democrat in Georgia, watched certain news organizations follow people around events to see what they could find out, okay? So let's go with the Sean Hannity interview for Friday. Let's put up Sean Hannity, should be number one, and tell me when you have that up. Okay, Roy Moore on the claims he dated teenagers. This is on MSNBC this morning. He says, okay, Roy Moore, host, Sean Hannity, would it be unusual for you as a 32-year-old guy to have dated a woman as young as 17? That would be what 15-year difference, or a girl 18. Do you remember dating that young at that time? Okay. And Roy Moore's answer was, hold on here. Let's put up number 2. Not general. This is Roy Moore's answer to Sean Hannity. Not generally, no. If did, I'm not going to dispute anything, but I don't remember anything like that. Well, I understand that Roy Moore, and I'm going to tell two sides of this because I know a lot of people are upset of this attack. But Roy Moore's answers are a problem for me in a way because, 32-year-old guy in Gadsden, Alabama remembers. He's not going to dispute anything, but I don't remember anything like that. I don't remember anything like that. Well, you know what? I know you would remember. Now, he's 70. He's 70 years old, but I'm just thinking, so you're 32 or whatever, and you don't remember talking with a 17-year-old girl. Okay, all right. Maybe this is lawyer speak. Okay, let's go to number 3. This is Sean Hannity. Now, don't get angry at me. It's just some things here, okay? Roy Moore on claims he dated teenagers. This is number 3. Would it be normal behavior back in those days for you to date a girl 17 or 18? Moore said no, not normal. And number 4, you can say unequivocally that you never dated anybody that was in their late teens that when you were 32. Number 5, it would have to be out of my customary behavior. That's right. Now, the one part of me says, you know what, Roy Moore, I think your memory should be better. I really do. I think your memory should be much better, okay? I would like to hear a solid no. Now, I've listened to the social media and I know the websites and I understand. We're going to get to that. You're yelling through there right now saying, but did you read where the story's falling apart? You read where possibly somebody was offered $1,000 to find dirt on Roy Moore. Did you read where Roy Moore, the young lady 14, said that at that time 14 said that he called her phone in her bedroom. And then the mom says, well, she didn't have a phone in the bedroom, but the phone could reach the bedroom. I know what you're looking at. I know what you're saying right now. You're saying, Are you aware that this lady has misdemeanors, was working at a convenience store, sold alcohol to underage minors, that this lady has filed bankruptcy 3 times, that this lady's been divorced 3 or 4 times, has a checkered past? I know everything you're yelling on the other side of the camera. But here's the only thing I want to say, okay? I have to be real with myself. Now, let's just say this. If, I don't know Roy Moore's family. I don't know. I don't know if he has younger sisters. I don't know. All right? But coming from somebody that had a younger sister 4 years and 8 years younger than me, okay? Okay? And, my sister's always having pool parties. Let's just say that. People, please, Roy Moore, you remember a little more than that. A little more. Okay? A little bit. Just got a slight problem with his memory. You need to say no. See, I could say no, Roy. I could say no. Absolutely not. Why can't you say no? Absolutely not. I do think a lot of people are wondering why you can't. But now I do know you're claiming the allegations are all false, and I believe in innocence till proven guilty. It's just I don't think your answers are as strong as I would like them. So Roy Moore, you say she's just a friend. Oh, baby, you say she's just a friend. Sliding through, Roy Moore, sliding through the trailer parks in Gadsden, Alabama, sipping on gin and juice, laid back, got his mind on some honeys. I don't know. I'm just saying, what the hell? I mean, I don't know. But now let's get into, I'm sorry, folks. I'm sorry. I know you didn't like some of that, but I don't like all of his answers. I've talked to several of you. I don't like all of his answers. I'm just going to be straight. I wish he was a little firm in saying no. All right. Now he's out there in a protected area when he's campaigning right now, saying no, unequivocally no. He's saying it didn't happen. They're false accusations. Okay, that's fine. No problem. But, let's go with the one here. Roy Moore's story unraveling. One accuser worked for Hillary. Another claims several pastors made sexual advances. So in this story, let me tell you a little bit of how this works. Okay? First of all, there has to be a takedown of Roy Moore because Roy Moore beat Luther Strange, and Luther Strange is the establishment, and there has to be a takedown. If Roy Moore wins this Senate seat December 12th, I think it is, and he goes to Washington, D.C. now, which they're discussing whether they will seat him or if they will vote to remove him once he's seated. I mean, they want, this is going to be a strange comment. I'm not for sure that the Democrats don't want Roy Moore to win, okay? I'm not for sure that they don't now. Because right now, if Moore wins, it stays in the front, okay? It stays in the front. It just validates, don't worry, it validates what the media wants you to believe about Alabama. The media wants you to believe that Alabama is so backward. The media wants you to believe that Alabama believes you ought to be able to carry a gun anywhere you want. Anyone should be able to carry a gun. It don't matter if it's a child. You ought to be able to date who you want to date, live where you want to live, and carry a gun at any time, and drink a little whiskey. It don't matter what age. All right, I'm just serious. That's the impression they want to give the rest of the world about Alabama. If Roy Moore wins, then they can go with their Alabama narrative of how backward they are in this world, okay? So they could sell that. If Alabama does go blue, it does work for a while. But the real, I know this is a strange view I have here on this, but the real mileage is Roy Moore winning and causing continued chaos in the Senate. They will then open an inquiry into him. Oh, yeah. There'll be a special counsel inquiry into Roy Moore and these accusations, because you can't go against any of these ladies making the accusation. You have to stand behind them. Okay? Now, there's going to be people like Kathleen Willey, right? There's going to be the accusers that accused, Bill Clinton of rape. You know how many rape cases and accusations were made against Bill Clinton, but there was never any real investigation. They just shut these ladies up, and you did not accept what they said. But here, the accusation has to be heard out. So I think they'll do a full investigation on Roy Moore if he wins. I don't think the Democrats will be as upset if Roy Moore wins, because then they will be able to get the Republicans to condemn Moore, not accept Moore, and they can cause more, no pun intended, chaos trying to get the president's agenda passed, because we all know the Republicans and the Democrats do not want to pass the president's agenda, because if they pass the president's agenda, then an outsider can do this. Anybody can do this, okay? Even a caveman could do this. You'll have all kinds of people running if an outsider can do this. So, long story short, Roy Moore, okay, what they do in these campaigns is they send the Democrats, Washington Post, all of the dirty operatives, the Roy Moore dossier, they send people into Gadsden, Alabama, everywhere. They zero in on that town, and they go to every little gas station, and they go to every restaurant, and they go everywhere they can and ask anybody if they knew Roy Moore growing up, just to talk to them. Then they go to these political campaign events, and they find people in the back of the room, and they pretend. Let me tell you what they do. They find small news organizations. I've had it happen to me. They find small, but obviously I didn't fall for it. They find small news organizations, whatever, Gadsden news organizations, or any little news organization around Alabama that is hopeful in making a big name, or hopeful in making it on TV for their 15 minutes of fame. And they go in the back of the room, these little newspapers, little websites, whatever they may be, and they ask, the big ones ask questions. Hey, what's on Roy Moore around here that we don't hear? What is there out there on Moore that the national media doesn't know? Who could tell us something? They do it in a different way, but they corner all these small media people, and then somebody whispers, well, years ago there was rumors. Roy Moore, oh yeah, this happens. They love to find little news networks, or they like to find people that really supported Luther Strange in the back of the room that may have a old rumor floating around. Then they beeline into that area and try to get people to talk. So right now, this is a 40-year-old accusation, all right? 40-year-old's accusation. A reporter heard, this is from the Washington Post, while reporting a story in Alabama about supporters of Moore's Senate campaign, a Post reporter heard that Moore allegedly had sought relations with teenage girls over the ensuing 3 weeks. 2 Post reporters contacted and interviewed the women while reporting a story in Alabama about Trump supporters in the Senate campaign. Moore's supporters in the Senate campaign. Okay? They go to these events. How did the Washington Post, these are some questions that Mark Levin asked, how did the Washington Post know there were 4 women who were there? Who they were, and how to contact them? How did they know that? How is it the reporter's anonymous source, who they just bumped into this source, knew about the 4 women who don't know each other and never met, and knew each woman's story and contact information? How did they know all of that?
Why hasn't any of this been reported in Moore's 38 years of politics? And why now, a month before an important election, all right, for Jeff Sessions' seat? Don't forget. Now, James Harrison, a New York Times bestselling author, attorney, law professor, and Newsmax columnist, James Harrison pointed out the Washington Post failed to disclose that one of Moore's accusers was a sign language interpreter for Joe Biden and is a volunteer for Moore's Democrat opponent. Okay? Got all the pictures there. All right? Moore's main accuser, the 14-year-old Leah Kaufman, has had 3 divorces, filed for bankruptcy 3 times, and has been charged with multiple misdemeanors. Posts on Moore's Facebook page indicate that Kaufman has claimed several pastors at various churches have made sexual advances. This is the Star reports. She says that her teenage life, now the Star reported on her, she says that her teenage life became increasingly reckless with drinking, drugs, boyfriends, and a suicide attempt when she was 16. As the years went on, Kaufman says she did not share her story about Moore, partially because of the troubles of her life. She has had 3 divorces, financial problems while living in Arizona, and her second husband started a screen printing business that fell into debt. They filed bankruptcy protection 3 times, once in 91, and for $139,000 unpaid from the IRS. There's so much more here. The Washington Post has gone after Roy Moore and the DNC to make sure Steve Bannon and Roy Moore-like candidates do not make it to Washington, D.C. Okay? The globalists cannot let Moore make it there. Last but not least, former Secret Service agent. Now, this is a former Secret Service agent. Last but not least, former Secret Service agent Doug Lewis has made an unsubstantiated claim that a Washington Post reporter named Beth offered a family friend $1,000 to accuse Roy Moore, and that tape is of the offer is in the hands of the DA now. So there's a lot here going on that we exactly don't know what the details are, but what we do know is we do know that Roy Moore, they do not want him to win, no matter. He claims he's going to sue. Hold on here. I'm going to put up Pat Toomey, whichever one. Tell me when you got Pat Toomey, okay? I think I had you got one over that says Pat Toomey? Okay. Meet the Press, we had 2 of them. You got Pat Toomey there with Chuck Todd. He's in Washington, D.C. Pat Toomey's in Allentown, Pennsylvania. And you got the other with Pat Toomey on Meet the Press. Pat Toomey says the allegations are much stronger than the denial. Now, what if we went into court? Now, he says that he understands. This is a senator from Pennsylvania that never supported Donald Trump. You need to understand, these senators do not support Donald Trump. Pat Toomey never supported the president. Okay? So Pat Toomey, the senator from Pennsylvania, said the allegations are stronger than the denial. Stronger than the denial. So Roy Moore needs to step aside. Step aside. That's what he said. They have found... Pat Toomey comes out. Let's see what else I have here. ABC, every one of them. Put up ABC, Roy Moore, disturbing allegations. This week, ABC, Roy Moore, disturbing allegations. That's all they had. CBS
John Dickerson is the only one that did not start the show with that. ABC, I don't remember if Fox started the show with that allegation. All right. And put up the Roy Moore completely false. This is a young lady. This is a young lady to the left that's at this time supposedly 14 years old. And Roy Moore says this is completely false. Okay? Completely false. And give me a... this is Fox News. Fox News started their day with this. Roy Moore put up... It just says Roy Moore, this one with Fox News. Sunday, Alabama U.S. Senate candidate Roy Moore. So they spent all Sunday morning talking about Roy Moore. Then they rolled into the Trump controversy with Putin, okay? Trump sparks controversy with Putin, okay? Put that picture up. Trump sparks controversy with Putin comments. Trump took on our intelligence agencies as he has in the past, which I support. We're going to talk about that at 9 o'clock, okay? But $250 billion, okay? $250 billion in, all right, deals on this foreign trip. Trade deals for China. No reports. Nothing reported, okay? Well, before we go to the break, now we're going to have Jason Banks in here, Team FYN Sports. I know college fans, Georgia, you guys are not happy today. Georgia fans did not go to work happy. Auburn fans did. There you go. Talk to Jason in just a minute, Team FYN Sports. We're going to talk college football. Don't go away. I want to get his take on everything. And then we're going to, when we come back, we're going to talk about the GOP tax plan. We're going to talk about the $250 billion in trade deals. We're going to talk about that. It's harassment month, right? I mean, that's what you would think. Put up harassment claims. This was on NBC, okay? Now, there was a bill, all right? Harassment claims. This was on MSNBC. They were talking to, is it Senator Amy Klobuchar, whatever her name is, okay, from Minnesota, wherever she's from, Minnesota, okay? There was a bill, folks, that was passed concerning sexual harassment training for elected officials. Why can't they pass any other bills? Harassment claims. This was MSNBC. You see the states that have harassment claims by public and state officials. This is state. When they get done, they'll color every state in the United States. I'm going to tell you what, there is not a state senator, a state representative, a House Speaker, a governor. There is not a person safe today in any of these states, because the next thing to do is make accusations. Accusations. The continuing attack. Well, you know what they have to do. They got to get rid of white males. I know. You just not, I'm telling you, they got to bring down the white males, and they're doing it. And there's a couple different ways. Millennials. Okay? Millennial males not entering the workforce. I read this article last night. Millennial males not coming back to the workforce because of drugs, video games, and incarceration. They're just not interested in going back to work. Why work when they can play video games? I'm telling you. Oh, where are we going? Oh, yeah, Trump, put up the short and fat. I mean, come on. If you don't like this president, it says Trump, short and fat. You got that, right? All right. Now, why Kim Jong-il, whatever his name, Kim Jong-un or whatever, insult me? Why would he insult me by calling me old? When I would never call him short and fat. I'm sorry. Oh, well, I try so hard to be a friend. And maybe someday that will happen. Oh, Kim Jong-un. Trump just wants to be a friend. He just wants to be a friend. There he is, Roy Moore, cruising the trailer parks in Gadsden, Alabama, sipping on gin and juice, looking for those young girls. But he does not recall. Take us to break, Sam.
Ace is your helpful place for paint and home goods, tools, outdoor living, and lawn equipment. But did you know Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is a little bit more? We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next hunting trip. We have Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs, from cabinets to artwork. Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge. We have your new house in stock.
What you gonna do with all that junk?
The Tupelo Tea mission is to provide over 80 premium tea blends for tea lovers who are looking for ways to explore new flavors and blends. Come visit Tupelo Tea, located in beautiful downtown Blue Ridge at Sycamore Crossing. Be sure to sample our various varieties of honey and tea. Visit us on the web at tupelotea.com or call us at 706-946-TEAS. That's TEAS. Tupelo Tea, located in beautiful downtown Blue Ridge.
Better days ahead.
You know what time it is? Model year-end closeout time at Days Chevy in Jasper, with huge savings on every 2017 Chevy in stock, like over $6,500 off on Malibu, just $17,900, or save a payload on Silverado Double and Crew Cabs, starting from just $31,800. The discounts are big, and the time is now during the model year-end closeout. Hurry to Days Chevrolet in Jasper.
Better days ahead. Days Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
Be sure to check out New Blue Home and Gift, located in beautiful downtown Blue Ridge at Sycamore Crossing. Find us on Twitter at New Blue Home. Everything beautiful for your home or a special gift can be found at New Blue Home and Gift. Call us today at 706-455-3873 or visit us at 531 East Main Street, Suite 103 in downtown Blue Ridge.
Hi, I'm Rhonda the Mattress Lady, and this is my husband Gary, owners of Mattress Overstocked in J next to Walmart. And we want to earn your business. From the time you walk in our door to the time we deliver your new mattress to your door, you will see the difference. Our selection and prices are the best in North Georgia, and customer service is our top priority. So y'all come on in and let us help you find the right mattress at the right price. That's Mattress Overstocked in J next to Walmart.
Kinty Artesian Silver and Gifts, the Peruvian shop, located in beautiful downtown Blue Ridge at Sycamore Crossing. Fine sterling silver, luxurious baby alpaca and exotic woods. A beautiful selection of exquisitely crafted gifts for all of your special occasions. Visit our website, artesiansilvergifts.com, or follow us on Twitter at Artesian Silver Gifts. Kinty Artesian Silver and Gifts, the Peruvian shop in downtown Blue Ridge.
Hey, we're back, folks. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. It's time every Monday morning at 8:30. Around this time, we have Monday Morning Quarterback with Team FYN Sports Director Jason Banks. How are you today, Jason?
Man, I'm doing great for a Monday. How are you?
Okay, well let's do this in front of the folks. Are we gonna stay with 8:30 Monday Morning Quarterback? Are we gonna name it something else, or just keep going until college is over with Monday Morning Quarterback?
And there's just so much to talk about with college football. I think everybody, especially where we live, we got an interest. So let's do it.
Let's call this the No NFL Zone.
Yeah, I'm with you there, man. All
right, because I'm just letting you know right now that I'm good with talking high school. I'm good with talking college. I'm good with talking college, and but after that, I don't want to talk about these multimillionaires. Okay.
Oh, I'm with you.
Especially the respect that you're a veteran, and I know we just brought on a new guy in sports, Sean. And he's a veteran, and just that alone, I don't want to talk about the NFL. So how's your Monday going?
It's good. It's good. I was excited to get on the phone this morning so that I could call in and ask you a real important question.
Okay. All right.
How about them dogs, man?
you really want to leave me hanging out there?
Watch out now.
See, there's Sam's over there. You really want to leave? How about those?
I'm sorry, I meant Murphy Bulldogs. That's where I was going with this. Hey,
yeah, right.
So, hey, gotta give a shout out to my new buddy over there, Caitlin Jones, who did a great job kicking extra points in Friday night's big win over South Stanley. Murphy still in the hunt for a repeat state championship. They won last year. They're trying to win this year. Got to go all the way to New London, North Carolina, to play North Stanley, who, they beat South Stanley recently 70-0 or something like that. Murphy beat them 44-13 Friday night. Kind of took it easy on them in the second half, and it was a fun game to watch. I had a lot of fun watching Murphy. They hit hard, man. They hit hard. But I wanted to talk to you about that, and then also, how about them dogs for real? I mean, Georgia, what happened?
Well, first of all, Murphy Bulldogs, they did get past the first round, and we'll say the kicker over there, young lady. How many extra point attempts did she have Friday night?
Oh man, more than I could count. I mean, every touchdown she had an attempt. They scored 44 points. So
I've watched her play myself, so she can kick an extra point, as she could kick a field goal. If given the opportunity. But they're going over to New London, North Carolina. It's about a 5.5-hour road trip. Go ahead and handicap the Bulldogs, the Murphy Bulldogs' dogs' chances over in New London, North Carolina, Friday night. What do you think?
I'm going to say, as great of a history as I have of picking games here recently, I'm going to say it's going to be a really hard game for them. They're not favorites in this. What I understand is that North Stanley team has only lost once. It was to a 3A school up around Winston-Salem, so they were pretty good, and that was a close game. So Murphy's going to have their hands full, but I didn't think they had a chance against Cherokee, and they blew Cherokee out. And after seeing them play Friday night, I expect Murphy's got a shot to win. It'll be interesting to see. I'm not gonna make a prediction on this one, man.
Well, we want to talk a little bit about college football, but first we want to congratulate the Pickens Dragons. They did get into postseason play again, continuous. I think 4 continuous years. They did get into postseason play. They went down to play Cartersville. They exchanged pleasantries, right? I didn't text Coach Parker Friday night or over the weekend, but I'm going to text him today and say, I am today. Coach Parker's getting it today from me. How were those pleasantries Friday night? Those were his words, weren't they?
Yeah, they were. I was obviously on the sidelines. I know RJ was over there at that game. I was checking the tweets coming through on Twitter, trying to keep up with that score, and Then I just kind of put my phone on silent after the end of the first quarter.
Let me say this, okay, because this is going to get a reaction from the sound booth. Georgia Bulldog fans, you have a lot to cheer for, but I never thought they were as good as the rankings that they were being given each week. I never thought they were that good. I didn't. I mean, I kept watching them go up the rankings thinking somebody's jumping the gun moving them up to a number one, because they're going to play a team that they have to show up with a defense 2 weeks in a row. Now, Georgia fans can get upset if they want, but when Georgia gets in a position that they have to show up with a stellar stop defense 2 weeks in a row, they struggle. What say you?
Yeah, they always struggle against Auburn anyway.
Right.
You know, I mean, it just historically they have a hard time playing the Tigers. And every good football team is going to have a bad day, and it just seemed like Saturday just wasn't in the cards for the Georgia Bulldogs. I mean,
yeah, but what did they open the game with? A 70-some yard, 70-some yard down the field touchdown. Wasn't it a drive? What is 70-some yard? I mean, a major drive down the field, touchdown, and then after that, Auburn's defense held them to no more than an extra point. A field goal.
They started falling apart. I mean, little mistakes, little things were catching up with them, and they just couldn't hang.
Well, I'm just going to tell you like this: Auburn found every hole in that defense, every single hole they could find, and the bad news for Georgia fans is not that the other schools don't know, but Auburn did put out some very good film on how to make a hole in a Georgia defense.
I think Georgia's got a pretty decent schedule for the rest of the season, at least until they get to that SEC championship, if they do. They got Kentucky this week, so it'll be interesting to see what Kentucky can do with that film against the Dogs. But
what do you say about what I'm seeing right now in the top 10? Alabama 1. Right now it looks like they have Miami at 2, Oklahoma 3, Clemson 4, Wisconsin 5, and Auburn moved up from 10 to 6, and Georgia dropped from 1 to 7. What say you about the top rankings that you see there?
Well, obviously I'm ecstatic, being a big Sooner fan since I was 4 years old. Got to watch them really beat the heck out of TCU. That was a fun game to watch, so it looks like my Sooners finally got it back together, playing like they did early in the year. I don't anticipate them losing, but who knows? It is football. Miami, man, what a statement they made. Notre Dame, we actually thought they're going to hang around. Notre Dame, like it or not, they're going to be up there as a playoff contender, and man, Miami just ate them alive. And Alabama really good. They got lucky. I mean, I think we had 30 seconds before we were going live, and in my mind I was like, man, what Mississippi State would have done to have an extra 30 seconds on Saturday.
Yeah, no doubt.
Wisconsin's a really good football team too, so but it's hard to say with the Big Ten. I mean, once you start to lead on a team, they end up losing. So who knows? But I like the rankings. I think they're in pretty good line. They're in pretty good order here.
The Big Ten struggle with the time between their final game and a national championship. They've always struggled with that because, the SEC plays a little longer, a couple extra games. They go a little deeper, but it's just always the Big Ten has always struggled with the amount of days between their final game and a national championship game. So the Big Ten, I think it's been a little while since they've been able to do what they need to do. What do you think? What do you think the national championship looks like right now? What do you think the playoff looks like right now? If you had to guess today, what would the 4 teams that you would say? I don't think I see 1, 2, 3, 4 like this morning on the 1, 2, 3, 4. What would you guess if you were picking today?
I would expect that Miami may have a loss before this is over with, but I like the top four. You know, I wouldn't be surprised to see a Wisconsin sneak in there, but I like the way it's laid out now. It makes sense. Pretty good chance most of these teams are gonna win out.
Well, Georgia still has one loss, and Clemson has a loss.
Yep.
Okay, and I understand that. So Clemson has a loss, Oklahoma has a loss. So you don't see the possibility of a Georgia or a Wisconsin sneaking in. Wisconsin's 10-0 right now. I don't know that 4 ends up that way, but we'll see here real soon.
Yeah, it just depends. I mean, when we talk about who they've got left to play, you look at Georgia. I mean, if Georgia goes to the SEC championship, they're going to lose. So if they play like they did on Saturday, they're not going to beat Alabama. It's just not going to happen. So this is one I would actually bet money on.
Yeah. So you think Georgia they bottom out but they bottom out when they go up against Alabama in the championship game.
Yeah, I think that chance dies with that loss right there.
Okay, anything else on this and any other sports around the region you want to bring up or highlight today?
We could just touch on this real quick. Going back to high school, since we didn't mention it, looking at the 3A brackets for anyone out there who's curious how everybody's doing. Dawson County beat up on Hart County 49-14, and they're playing Cedar Grove on Friday night.
Yeah, they're going to go down and exchange pleasantries.
Yes, they get to exchange pleasantries with Cedar Grove, and we wish the Tigers well. Hope they have enjoyed their football season. Hope the seniors are excited about what they're going to be doing after Friday night. GAC still looking strong. East Hall, they've got Westminster. They get to exchange pleasantries with Westminster on Friday night, so that should be interesting. And then the winner of that game will probably go on to get beat by Peach County. But there's, GAC still looking strong. Dawson County still has a chance. East Hall still has there's always a chance, right?
Right, exactly. So I will say this on the Quad A Region 6. I'm going to have to pull for Coach Tank. I'm going to have to pull for that region. I'm going to have to pull for Coach Tank in Friday night. I don't know if you're able to pull that up. I didn't have that pulled up of who they're playing Friday night. But Wesley Tankersley over at Ridgeland and his team. I don't know how far they go, but I wish him well. I really do wish him well. Is there a way to pull up here real fast who they're playing Friday night?
I just saw that they won 63-7 this last Friday, but I don't have it pulled up in front of me who they're playing next.
Yeah.
Yes.
Friday night. Who did they beat 63-7?
Chapel Hill.
So they beat Chapel Hill 63-7. That's Ridgeland. And so I've got to go with them as soon as we find out who they play Friday night. It's pretty bad. You're the director of sports, and I'm the host here, and Sam's going to have to show us up and tell us who's playing Friday night. That's pretty.
Hey, I'm clicking like crazy, man.
Huh?
There's so many teams, so it's so hard to keep up with all these guys.
You're supposed to have the GHSA bracket up when you call, man.
Yeah,
You're supposed to have them
Jefferson.
up when you call. They have Jefferson?
They got Jefferson.
Okay. Sam actually told him that, folks. We're going to give that one to Sam just because she had to. So that will be a good football game to play Jefferson. Jefferson's solid. That'll be a good game. Two big 4A teams. Jason, you got a closer for me before we go? You got anything else?
Basketball starts this week, so be watching. Follow us on Facebook. If you're not following us on Facebook, you're missing out. And follow us on Twitter at TeamFYNSports. Same thing with Facebook. Facebook/TeamFYNSports. We've got lots of good info that we put up. Anything we put on the website, we share on Facebook, so make sure to follow us.
Also, folks, tomorrow, Fannin County Will Shira will be signing a commitment letter. That's something we're going to be at, 2 o'clock, 2:30. This left-hander, I watched this kid as a sophomore, Jason.
this left-hander. I watched him hit 90 as a sophomore up in the press box with a speed gun. I was watching this left-hander hit 90. So Will Shirer will be signing a commitment letter tomorrow for the Fannin Rebels. I'm almost positive it's Georgia Tech.
That's what I understand.
Yeah,
yes.
Georgia Tech. And also, if you'll go to TeamFYNSports Facebook page. Over the weekend, I was watching the Georgia game, and I couldn't help but think about the Gilmer-Cedartown game, okay? I loved that game. I'll never forget that. A reporter told me from Chattanooga, he said the next time Chubb is in the end zone, Nick Chubb, it's his 100th high school career touchdown. So every time he touched the ball after that, Jason, I had my video camera on him. So there's a highlight reel that I put up on TeamFYNSports. You want to go see a really good 5-minute highlight reel of high school football, 2013, Nick Chubb and the Gilmer Bobcats, which the Gilmer Bobcats won that game, okay? But also in there is the highlight of Nick Chubb's 100th high school touchdown that I put up there. I love going to that one and checking it out from time to time, Jason.
Awesome.
Just always to know we have that video here at TeamFYNSports because we're all over it. Hashtag all over TeamFYNSports. Jason, I'll talk to you later, buddy. I know we got wrestling. We got some fall things happening that you need to put together a nice little report on. We'll do real soon. And look for our promotional of Jason Banks. What's the name of your show going to be?
Instant Replay.
Instant Replay with TeamFYNSports presents Jason Bank. Instant Replay. Instant Replay with Jason Bank. I don't know how it's going to look. You guys working on all your graphics and good stuff like that?
Yeah, we got that. We've got a meeting tomorrow to throw all that together.
Throw all of it together. That's the way we do it around here. Folks, we're going to take a break, and we're going to come back and talk about the president's Asian trip, his trip over to Asia, and how many other things are going on in the news that they don't tell you about. Jason, you have a nice day, buddy.
Thanks. You too.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in LOJ, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on-site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
Papa's Pizza to Go in downtown Blue Ridge is the best in the area all-you-can-eat buffet. Call ahead or order online now at papaspizzatogo.com. Use our convenient pickup window for the best in pizza, subs, wings, breadsticks, salads, and more. And be sure to check out our lively game room. We serve lunch and dinner, catering available, take out or dine in. Papa's Pizza to Go in Blue Ridge, proud sponsors of the Fannin County Rebels.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds. Come on in to view the area's largest selection of fine jewelry at North Georgia Diamond. All repairs and designs are done on-site by our jewelers. And North Georgia Diamond has the lowest prices on loose diamonds. You can also sell your gold, silver, and coins at North Georgia Diamond between Walmart and Lowe's in East LJ. Locally owned by Bill and Allison Craig, North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Broken Bowl, located in beautiful downtown Blue Ridge at Sycamore Crossing, is locally owned and operated. Our Simply Noel selection is the largest around. We have a great selection of unique clothing and several lines to choose from for men and women. We carry a beautiful variety of handmade jewelry from Blessed Be and others. All kinds of gifts, starting to carry shoes this fall as well. Come visit us on your next trip to Blue Ridge. We can't wait to meet you at Broken Bowl, located in downtown Blue Ridge.
Circuit World, brand name merchandise at unbelievably low prices. Furniture, appliances, and electronics. Circuit World is locally owned and operated, serving the tri-state area. Circuit World has highly trained professionals to help. Visit your hometown Circuit World today. 3 locations in Georgia: LJ, Blue Ridge, and Blairsville, Franklin, and Murphy, North Carolina. No credit checks, so let Circuit World deliver to you today.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
And we're back, folks. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. Today is the last day you can win this basket. This basket is a giveaway at noon. First, you have to find Fetch Your News Facebook page and like our page, share the page, and
share the post.
Share the post. Like our page, share the post, and write "Fall Y'all." Okay? And you do all of that, you'll be entered to win over $200 worth of value in that basket. There is $50 at the tavern over here. What the hell's the name of that tavern?
River Street Tavern.
River Street Tavern, okay. River Street Tavern, $50 gift certificate. Wine tasting at Carter K Vineyards. Get your pooch shampooed down at Benji and Friends. There's a gift certificate in there for your pooch. There is a oil change at Schottenkirk Ford. There is apple butter and apples from Aaron's Family Orchard.
2 movie tickets from LJ Cinemas, or Easttown Cinemas.
Easttown Cinema movie tickets, you name it, is in that basket.
2 scoops of ice cream from Move Airs.
Ooh, 2 scoops of ice cream. It doesn't end. The value in that basket's over $200. So today at noon, they're announcing the winner, but first you have to find Fetch Your News Facebook page, like it, share that post, and then write "Fall You All" to be entered to win, and that happens today. Okay. Also, if you ever want to send this show any information, you ever want to contact us, our phone number is 706-889-9700, 706-889-9700, or you can email us chief@fetchyournews.com, chief@fetchyournews.com. Find us on Twitter @FetchYourNews, @FYNTV. Follow our sports department, Team FYN Sports Facebook page, and on Twitter @TeamFYNSports. One more thing. You can sign up for our YouTube channel. Go to
FYN Fetch Your News on our YouTube, and hit like there or subscribe to our YouTube channel. Anytime we're live, you'll know about it. Senate passes resolution sexual harassment training. The bipartisan resolution passed the same day Republican Senate candidate Roy Moore was accused of sexual conduct with a 14-year-old when he was 32. The resolution mandating sexual harassment prevention training passed the same day Senate candidate Roy Moore was accused of inappropriate sexual contact with a minor. You know, thankfully, this did not come into play when, like, Chris Dodd was there, I guess, or would it be Ted Kennedy? Maybe if this would have come into play then. I mean, just think how many Democrats, like Bill, just think Monica Lewinsky, if we could have just saved this lowlife Bill Clinton, just think if Bill Clinton maybe has traveled on the Lolita Express. Oh, yeah. Yes, that is a fact. That's not fiction. How many times was he on that plane with Epstein? You can look that up yourself. It's called the Lolita Express, where they had young underage girls on the plane. We don't know that anything happened with those 14-year-old girls on the Lolita Express. This is a convicted pedophile, right? This Epstein that Bill Clinton was flying to a pedophile island down there. No, I'm serious. You look it up. Let's see. If just we could have had some of this training that the Democrats feel is necessary now. Do you realize these damn Democrats that are outraged, upset? You have to take the accuser's word. They were in Congress when Ted Kennedy was there. They were in Congress. They've been in Congress. Let's see. They were there when Bill Clinton was there. I mean, they had all of these years of opportunity, okay, to do something for these women that they're so passionate about now. And why they missed out. Following the national surge, it's a national surge of sexual assault allegations. The Senate passed a resolution Thursday mandating sexual harassment prevention training for all employees of the Senate, including senators. The proposal, introduced by Senator Amy Klobuchar, Democrat of Minnesota, and Senator Chuck Grassley of Iowa, and co-sponsored by several other Republicans and Democrats, passed unanimously. Klobuchar said there is widespread support. Do you have her picture? I have her picture, if you'll put that up. Widespread support of the resolution, though longer-serving senators had a few complaints. They say, well, I've been here a long time, and I've never done anything wrong, Klobuchar told the NPR. And I go, I'm not sure that's true. We think everyone should do it. The sexual harassment training will need to be completed within 60 days of the resolution's passage, and each Senate office must represent a certificate of completion. You get it, you put it on the wall. A certificate of completion, okay, to be published on the Secretary of Senate website, according to CBS. You will be able to see that your member of Congress, the House and Senate, currently offers volunteer sexual harassment training. The House Administration Committee is holding hearings next week to review its sexual harassment training and reporting policies. Folks, have you figured out 2018? Have you figured out how they plan to flip governors' mansions? Have you figured out how they plan to flip the House of Representatives in your state? Have you figured out how they plan to flip the Senate in your state? Watch me. Now, they lost. They cannot run. Democrats cannot run on values. They cannot run on trying to win based on the issues, based on health care, based on taxes, based on anything whatsoever. The Democrats can't run on other than pure scandal that they create. Now, you know you have watched the media put up how many House seats, state House seats were lost, how many state Senate seats, how many governor's mansions. You better get ready. Can I get the picture back of the states? There's a reason. There's always a reason. Harassment claims, okay? Now, they looked, and these are the states right now, currently, that have harassment claims in them. It's about to explode. State senators, you better beware. Okay? State representatives, you better beware. Okay? Governors, you better beware. Because there is someone out there right now that can't wait to report that you patted them on the shoulder and told them they did a nice job. They can't wait to send that report. I'm just telling you, watch. Watch what's happening. Watch what happens in 2018. Watch the scandals explode. Roy Moore is the beginning of this. Now, they have driven completely through Gadsden, Alabama, and they have walked in every gas station. They have walked in every local place they could find to say, does anybody have information on Roy Moore? That's how they do it, okay? They're dirty. So this is only 4 weeks. It's a 40-year-old accusation. I don't want to go any further with it this morning because I do want to get to, and in that clip, I want to start this, okay? The President of the United States has had a very successful, or is in the middle of, or completing, he's not back on foreign soil yet, but he's had a very successful foreign trip. Very successful. All right. He has reassured our allies. Let me go back to this. He has reassured our allies in the region. Now, you must understand that the Asian Peninsula there has been waiting for Donald Trump since the end of World War II. You may not believe that. We don't have time to go back. We fought we fought a war in Korea. We fought a war in North Korea. The Chinese, they had their troops in North Korea. We fought the Chinese in North Korea. We have the demilitarized zone. You have South Korea. We have Indonesia. We have Japan. We have the Philippines. We have Vietnam. Your President of the United States, the World Trade Organization, he was in Hanoi, okay? Recognized 50 years, the 50 years end of the Vietnam War. He was in Hanoi. We have this entire region that has waited for us, okay, since World War II. They've waited for Donald Trump, and they've been disappointed ever since. Now, I will say this, there's been some presidents since World War II that the Asian Peninsula has felt comfortable with, and we have provided a protection of armed services there in Japan. But let me get to this. They want the region to be secure from China and North Korea and Russia coming through their North Korean border. They do not want to live in fear in Japan and South Korea. They do not want to live with ISIS in the Philippines, terrorist. And Donald Trump went over there and said, you're President of the United States, here's what's going to happen. I'm going to reassure my allies, but you're going to understand I'm America first. If you would have watched MSNBC this morning, Sam, I have one here that says America first. Put that up, okay? I forget this young lady's name, but Trump brings America first trade policy to Asia. MSNBC, they were commiserating this morning of how sad it was of what the president did in Asia with America first. What has become of our leadership in the world? Well, I'll tell you what. The President of the United States went to, he reassured our allies in the region. He dealt with the little short fat guy in North Korea. All right. He made $250 billion in deals for U.S. corporations in China that no one's talking about. China. He dealt with trade in China, in Japan, no matter where he went, but he gave a very clear America First speech at the World Trade Organization in Vietnam. Okay? He told everyone there, how about the one point where the guy said, somebody out there this is what I like about the President of the United States. Somebody in the World Trade Organization with speech, Trump was giving his speech, and he was expressing how, you know what? We left the door in the United States. We left the door open in the United States. You came through it. You took advantage of us. It's over. Somebody made a nasty comment in the audience, and he broke from the teleprompter, and he looked. He's like, is that funny? What country are you from? You're probably one of the countries that took advantage of us in front of everybody. This guy is all about your country, all about wherever you're at. Wherever you are today, Iowa, Kansas, it doesn't matter. The President of the United States is about you. I promise that. No one goes on the world stage and talks about his country as great as your president, Donald J. Trump. He did not apologize anywhere. He did not bow to anybody. He did not beg. He was very clear, and he was very presidential. They can't stand that. But he dealt with trade, and he also dealt with ISIS in the Philippines. Donald Trump signs 37 deals. And this comes from, I hate to say this, folks, but if you're going to look for news, besides us here at FetcherNews.com, if you're going to look for news, I recommend you go out of the country to do it. I'm serious. Find some websites, some of them out of the country. Because if you just read U.S. reports, they are so slanted that you won't get what really happens. This is from the Express in the UK, okay? The UK Express. Donald Trump signs 37 deals worth billions with China on Asian tour. This is what they are. There's 37. Donald Trump has signed a staggering, you wouldn't have the word staggering in a U.S. report. 37 major deals between U.S. and Chinese company during the Asian tour. It has been revealed. Now, they don't want you to discuss, they don't want to discuss this because they're too upset. Put this up. I think I have this. Where's it at? I thought I took a picture of what MSNBC put up. Out of TPP. Put that up right there. Okay? Out of TPP. This comes from the MSNBC. They are so upset. They're commiserating over their globalist world that Donald Trump went and said America first. It's killing them. They were crying, look at the Hill. World leaders reach agreement on trade deal without the United States. Folks, don't worry. They have to have us. They can't move along. Donald Trump has signed a staggering 37 major deals between China and the Chinese companies during his Asian tour. The Trans-Pacific Partnership. Folks, the Pacific Partnership. Do you not realize the President of the United States just spent how many days in Asia creating his own Pacific Partnership for you and I that we don't get taken advantage of? Really? The U.S. Commerce Department disclosed the President signed the deals in excess of $250 billion, including a huge multinational companies such as Goldman Sachs and Boeing. Mr. Trump's agreement with Chinese leader has been praised by U.S. Commerce Secretary Wilbur Ross. There's an entire list. If you go down through here, the entire list. Air products. The State of Alaska Gas Line Development Corporation, $43 billion, okay? Archer Daniel Midland. Bell and Rainwood signed an agreement for 60 Bell 505s valued at $50 million. Boeing and China Aviation, Caterpillar, the list goes on. There's 30-some deals. GE, Honeywell, on and on. But here's the one I like, okay? This tells me the President of the United States is very interested in you out there, not New York City, not LA, not Chicago. He's not going for them. It's for you. $250 billion China deals Trump got for U.S. include West Virginia shale gas project. This comes from the Gazette Mail in Charleston, West Virginia. The White House is unveiling a slew of agreements with China as President Donald Trump seeks to address an imbalance in trade. Okay? West Virginia, the state signed a MOU with China Energy Investment Corporation. The Chinese company plans to invest in West Virginia shale gas development and chemical manufacturing projects over 2 decades, according to the state's Department of Commerce, which did not offer details. The size of the proposed investment is $83.7 billion in West Virginia. $83.7 billion, larger than the state's gross domestic product last year alone of $73 billion. The whole entire state, one deal for West Virginia, larger than the state's gross domestic product last year, $73.4 billion. This deal alone is for $83.7 billion in West Virginia. Hey, go buy the car. Go. Just go ahead. Go. If you're in West Virginia today and somebody's going to dump within the next 2 or 3 years $83 billion, it's even larger than 1 year of your gross domestic, go buy the car. Hey, go do it. Go do it. Hey, spend a little extra this Christmas. Because I will tell you one thing. I don't know what happened, but that damn Trump loves West Virginia. Oh, hell, that boy loves a coal miner. You can't come between Trump and a coal miner. You cannot. He loves the state of West Virginia. I swear to God. Trump Tower, Charleston, West Virginia. It's only going to be 4 stories, but still, yeah, that's a tower in Charleston, West Virginia. I'm just telling you, they will not discuss that. Will not discuss the $250 billion deal. Now, over to the Philippines, they want to talk as Trump meets Duterte, whatever the hell his name in Philippines. Issues of rights come up briefly, okay? You know, all these people get into these human rights. Human rights. It don't matter if they're killing damn people in Chicago, but if we go on foreign soil, we better bring up human rights. It doesn't matter if more people die in Chicago this year alone than a war, an absolute war, you better bring up human rights. U.S. President Donald Trump met with Philippine President Rodrigo Duterte, I think it's his name, at the economic summit here, leaving unanswered questions about whether he bring up human rights violations. Human rights violations, okay? Now, China, human rights violations. Russia, human rights violations. You better pay attention that Saudi Arabia, the Royal Air Force, is firing up their jets over there at Lebanon. You better pay attention to that. After the meeting, White House Press Secretary Sarah Huckabee Sanders said human rights briefly came up in the context of the Philippines' fight against illegal drugs. ISIS and trade were also discussed, she said. ISIS. Now, the president is racking up ISIS bodies, cleaning out ISIS camps on a record number. The media will not talk about that, all right? Here's what they want to talk about. They want to talk about the President of the United States bumping into Vladimir in the hall. Yo, Vladimir, how are you? I'm pretty good, Donald. I was busy. I'm late for breakfast. I was buying new ads on the Facebook. You know that Facebook thing you have? I was buying ads. It's so easy, Donald. Point and click, and I can get Facebook ads. And then I was sending out some of those Instagrams. Is that how that works, Donald? These Instagrams? I was sending those out. Sorry I'm late for the breakfast. Yeah, that's it. That's what the hell. I mean, so they're buying Facebook ads, Instagram, Twitter. All right, so you and I can have more control over our lives and our social media because Vladimir was buying Instagrams. Those Instagrams. I was snapping a friend in Chicago, Donald. You know this snap thing? I love it. Okay? I love it. Okay? I'm sorry, Donald. Hey, listen. Hey, that's what they're talking about. What the hell? What the hell's wrong with these damn people? Okay? So he bumps into Vladimir Putin, and Putin says, Donald, I'm telling you, I don't care about your election. Hillary was very nice. She gave me button. Hillary cannot spell, Donald. She cannot spell, but she would try. She tried reset. Remember that, Donald? And you remember that deal I made? Oh, hell, with Hillary? Donald, it was awesome. I've got 20% of all of your uranium deposits in the United States. It was quite a deal. Quite a deal. So anyhow, it goes on. So he says, but I did not meddle in your elections. I have no need. This poor kid, Seth Rich, I really feel bad for him. All right, folks, let me get serious. That's all they did, right? Donald comes up and says, what? Look, hey, the guy keeps saying he didn't do it. What do you want me to do? You know, they want him to take, like Donald Trump, to like in front of the TV cameras to take a friggin' salami or something and beat the hell out of the guy so everybody can watch. Oh my God, he really took it to Vladimir now. Did you see him beat the hell out of him with that Genova salami? You know, that thing's hard. Here's a whacking up. What the hell do you want Donald Trump to do? What do you want him to do? Hey, the guy said he didn't do it. That's all I know. Now, there's agencies out there that are trying to prove he did. Folks, let me tell you what a sad day is in this country. A sad damn day in this country is when we have to decide whether Vladimir Putin's telling the truth. Put these names up as I mention them. This is a sad day in this country. We have to figure out if Vladimir Putin's telling the truth, or former Director of National Intelligence James Clapper. Because we know Clapper won't lie, right? Okay? Or, let's just say, former Director of the Central Intelligence Agency, CIA for you out there, John Brennan, because we know good and well John Brennan won't lie. Oh, no, he won't be a part of any conspiracy or cover-up. Or, last but not least, should we take the word of Vladimir Putin or our own treasonous former Federal Bureau of Investigation Director James Comey? So here's what Trump does. He says, look, Vladimir, I ask him. If I don't ask him, You write the front page. Trump refuses to ask Vladimir if he was part of rigging the election. Okay? So I asked the damn guy, Vladimir, did you rig the election, yes or no? I'm tired of this. I mean, it's getting old, damn it. And Vladimir says, Donald, I bought some Facebook ads. I snapped the chat. I did the snap the chat and I Instagrammed. I like the Instagram. It's good. You take quick picture, boom, it's up there. That's why they call it Instagram, Donald. Oh my God, I almost said something bad. Anyhow, look. So all he did, that's all he did was say, hey, did you do it? No, I didn't do it. Okay, media, he says he didn't do it. Well, even though you have our intelligence agencies that adamantly say the Russians did meddle in our elections. Folks, we are not finding the result changes in anywhere. We're not finding the result changes. You think of the state, you start reading the states. Now there's a lot of states that feel that they have they were attacked, okay? But we're not finding, trust me, if the Democrats found states where there's actually vote changes or actually an influence in the election that changed the election through machines, technology, or anything like that, trust me, you would know about it. You would know about that state immediately, that 10,000 votes. They don't talk about the votes that were cast, the millions of votes that were cast by illegals with no identification. They don't talk about that. Okay, they don't want to. You have, let's just say you have 1 million voters that voted without identification, okay, no identification, were illegal in this country, are illegal, not were, if they're still here, they are illegal in this country, okay, 1 million. But no, they're looking for 200 votes here or 300 votes here. Trust me, if they can find that 1,000 votes from a voting machine that traces back to the Russians hacking it, they would. Their problem is they keep trying to cover up the DNC. The DNC would not let the FBI review their servers. They keep trying to cover that up now that we know the truth on it. We've always known the truth. We know the truth. We know what we presume to be the truth on Seth Rich. We know that Deborah Wasserman Schultz is absolutely no good. We know that Donna Brazile is a DNC placeholder. I'm sorry, Miss Brazile, you may not like that because you are an African-American woman in this country from Louisiana, and you put hot sauce on everything. Louisiana hot sauce Brazil, okay? We know she's a placeholder for the DNC. This is not the first time. Between Tim Kaine and Deborah Wasserman Schultz, Brazil was a placeholder, okay? So we know everything she's saying is a diversion that we have to keep an eye on from what they're really trying to do, okay? So, anyhow, we have a choice. So Donald Trump says, hey, when it comes to the NSA, when it comes to the CIA, and when it comes to James Comey or the FBI, I currently accept what they give me. If they're giving me information from the current intelligence agencies that are being run by the people that I put in place, yeah, I accept that. But if you want me to stand here and tell you that I accept Comey, Clapper, and Brennan's assessment of any damn thing, you're crazy. Crazy as hell. That's my opinion. I'm going to take a break and come back. I might not be done with that, Sam. So let me tell you when I get back. I'll be back right after these messages.
Ace is your helpful place for paint and home goods, tools, outdoor living, and lawn equipment. But did you know Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is a little bit more? We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next hunting trip. We have Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs, from cabinets to artwork. Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge. We have your new house in stock.
What you gonna do with all that junk?
The Tupelo Tea mission is to provide over 80 premium tea blends for tea lovers who are looking for ways to explore new flavors and blends. Come visit Tupelo Tea, located in beautiful downtown Blue Ridge at Sycamore Crossing. Be sure to sample our various varieties of honey and tea. Visit us on the web at tupelotea.com or call us at 706-946-TEAS. That's TEAS. Tupelo Tea, located in beautiful downtown Blue Ridge.
Better days ahead.
You know what time it is? Model year-end closeout time at Days Chevy in Jasper, with huge savings on every 2017 Chevy in stock, like over $6,500 off on Malibu, just $17,900, or save a payload on Silverado Double and Crew Cabs, starting from just $31,800. The discounts are big, and the time is now during the model year-end closeout. Hurry to Days Chevrolet in Jasper.
Better days ahead. Days Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
Be sure to check out New Blue Home and Gift, located in beautiful downtown Blue Ridge at Sycamore Crossing. Find us on Twitter at New Blue Home. Everything beautiful for your home or a special gift can be found at New Blue Home and Gift. Call us today at 706-455-3873 or visit us at 531 East Main Street, Suite 103 in downtown Blue Ridge.
Hi, I'm Rhonda the Mattress Lady, and this is my husband Gary, owners of Mattress Overstocked in LJ next to Walmart. And we want to earn your business. From the time you walk in our door to the time we deliver your new mattress to your door, you will see the difference. Our selection and prices are the best in North Georgia, and customer service is our top priority. So y'all come on in and let us help you find the right mattress at the right price. That's Mattress Overstocked in LJ next to Walmart.
Kinty Artesian Silver and Gifts, the Peruvian shop, located in beautiful downtown Blue Ridge at Sycamore Crossing. Fine sterling silver, luxurious baby alpaca and exotic woods. A beautiful selection of exquisitely crafted gifts for all of your special occasions. Visit our website, artesiansilvergifts.com, or follow us on Twitter at Artesian Silver Gifts. Kinty Artesian Silver and Gifts, the Peruvian shop in downtown Blue Ridge.
Folks, I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. The media taking to task on foreign soil. President Trump has not gone and apologized on this trip. He took the task early on, our trade agreements. And everybody's up in arms because he took it to task. You have, I will see what Trump does, okay, the President of the United States, because you got to keep an eye on this guy, right? Okay, he doesn't get, this is not, just a pass on everything. I I want you to hold that. I want you to hold that name on that show for me in a minute, because I want to make a Netflix recommendation. This is BKP Netflix recommendation in a minute. I think it's only 10 parts. I just found this very interesting and really enjoyed this show this weekend. So anyhow, let me get back to this. President of the United States said, you know what? He didn't say this. Look at your shoes, folks. See if in your shoes, your shirts, your pants, your sport coat, see if within anything you have, if you can find Philippines, Indonesia, Vietnam, South Korea, China, see if you can find that anywhere sewn within the clothing that you're wearing. Now, do I believe the garment industry is going to come back? No, I don't believe it's going to come back tomorrow. I wish it would. But do I believe that the president is going to put us on a fair and equal trade agreements around the world? Because they need us. They need the market. They need to make things to send to us. They need the market here. We are still the market, folks, that they need. So he goes over there and he takes to task former presidents by saying, we left the door open. Now, I don't have time for this, but you should do the background on favored nation status, okay? Do the background on favored nation status. See what happened when we let China get favored nation status. Not favored, I guess, I don't know. Check that out, okay? Do a little bit of research. Find out why the President of the United States took us out of TPP. You'll see. But he says, hey, the door was left open. You walked through the door. We don't blame you. You should. He said at the World Trade Organization in China, and they're taking the president to task. You should. You absolutely should have your country's best interest at heart in your deals. So will I. America first. Now, you remember when Ford did Quality Job 1? You remember that project, the stickers on the window, Quality Job 1, okay? Quality Job 1 performance at Ford. Very popular program that Ford put in place. I'm going to tell you what, President Trump has duplicated that with America First. The decision and everything he does is, how does this affect the United States of America? Now, so he does that, and then we know he takes Clapper, Comey, and Brennan to task. Are you upset? And the media is outraged, absolutely outraged over it, okay? Just, they can't take it because he said Clapper, Comey, and Brennan, a couple hacks, and a couple hacks and maybe a criminal or whatever, but these hacks, and because he didn't take up for, they claim he took up for Vladimir Putin. But we'll leave that alone for right now. Let's go to the tax plan, all right? Now, repatriating money, all right? I want to look for something because Chuck Schumer actually said something I like. Be careful, folks. Don't get all worked up. Chuck Schumer actually said something I like. And I want to make a Georgia comment on jobs. Let's see. Chuck Schumer said something I like. I got to pull it up here. Stay with me. I know. I just want to find this one comment that was made that Chuck Schumer made. Oh yeah, by the way, on the tax plan, don't you find it interesting, okay, that the Democrats have found the debt? Don't you find that interesting? Schumer said something, and this is not the quote of what he said, but Schumer stood on the floor, Chucky the Clown Schumer, and he said that the tax plan, and he was saying, my fellow colleagues, they do this. Let's see, how did they do this? I don't have the half glasses. I need the half glasses, the Schumer glasses. My fellow colleagues on the opposite side of the aisle, this plan may be the doom of your political career. By voting for this back home may end your political career. My esteemed colleagues on the other side of the aisle. So why would you want to push a plan that would doom your career? I ask you. Why would Republicans do this to themselves, knowing what could happen? My esteemed colleagues on the other side of the aisle. So he has the glasses. I don't know how that went. Anyhow, so here's the point. I picked that up, and I know this is not what Chucky the Clown Schumer meant. But I wrote this down. This tax plan will not be worth the postcard you fill out and send in and do your taxes on if it does not doom some political careers. We need a tax plan that will definitely doom a political career. Because right now, they are adding back in to this tax plan. And they are pushing back in the other areas of this tax plan. Everything that would doom their political career. So I want a tax plan that will doom somebody's political career. Because without any bill that won't possibly doom your career, it's not worth it right now. Period. Now, I would like to see money repatriated into this country. I would like to see a corporate tax rate in this country that will allow corporations to reinvest. Okay? Republicans, Democrats grow the debt by growing Washington, D.C. Republicans may be growing the debt by allowing some big corporations to make out real well in this tax deal. I don't know. But I want to say this. I'm not taking a Republican or Democrat side. But if this tax deal, if they sell this to you, that it is going to spur 3.8 to 4% growth in this country. Okay? Folks, growth alone cannot reduce the debt and will not reduce the debt. If we don't do something about spending, and that's all there is to it, we will not reduce this debt. And stop believing CBO scores about the debt. But anyhow, the point is on the tax bill, Schumer, I want to repeal the death tax. It's about time that you stop paying taxes when you die. And people don't quite understand that. When you pay taxes your whole entire life, okay? You pay taxes your whole entire life, okay? And you die and you have a death tax. And it's just not right. If you sit here right now and you make $1 million to $10 million, $20 million, when you die, taxes need to be over. You need to be able to turn that money over to the loved ones that you wanted to have it, and the taxes need to be over. So the death tax, I want to see stopped. We need to grow this economy, but not a false economy. Folks, for the last 8 years, the economy has been false. We have not had a real economy. Right now, I'm still concerned that the economy is not a real economy. I know it's growing. I know we have record numbers of record unemployment right now. But I'm very concerned, okay? Very concerned that this is not a real economy. I just am. I'm going to talk more about this not being a real economy tomorrow. I want to end with one more story about millennials, okay? And a story that I feel is true. I'm going to take a brief break, but before I take this break and go to my story about millennials that I'm very interested in, Georgia. If you're concerned about Georgia being a blue state, you imported your blue state. You need to pay attention to that. Now, am I opposed to companies coming to Georgia to do business? No. Am I opposed to Hollywood, moving east, go east, young man? No. Freedom to do what they want. But we sold the state out. We purchased basically these companies to come here in tax deals. Okay? We wanted the World Series, and we wanted it now. We did. The state of Georgia wanted the World Series, and they wanted it now. They did not want to grow out of the economic depression that we were in. They did not want to organically grow new businesses within the state. They did not want to grow the rural areas of the state to come along with Atlanta. They wanted a win, and they wanted it now. Okay? And the last time I recognized a purchase of a World Series like Georgia did in job one, they bragged that they're number one in jobs in the state of Georgia. Okay? But they were just looking for revenue to sustain all these programs they put in place that they could no longer pay. And we bought the Oakland A's. And if you don't understand that today, I can't help you. But one night they switched off the lights, Raleigh Fingers switched off the lights in Oakland, and they flipped the lights on in New York City. That's right. Ask Catfish Hunter. Georgia bought the Oakland A's so they could win the World Series now and not grow into a solid state. That's why your state's blue. You've imported union, liberal lefties from all over the country, but then you brag we're number one in the union in the country in doing business. Think about it, folks. Import costs us a whole lot of money, may cost us our red state. I'm your host, BKP. Take us to break. I'll be right back. Story on millennials to close.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in LOJ, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair, and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
Papa's Pizza to Go in downtown Blue Ridge is the best in the area all-you-can-eat buffet. Call ahead or order online now at papaspizzatogo.com. Use our convenient pickup window for the best in pizza, subs, wings, breadsticks, salads, and more. And be sure to check out our lively game room. We serve lunch and dinner, catering available, take out or dine in. Papa's Pizza to Go in Blue Ridge, proud sponsors of the Fannin County Rebels.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds. Come on in to view the area's largest selection of fine jewelry at North Georgia Diamond. All repairs and designs are done on site by our jewelers. And North Georgia Diamond has the lowest prices on loose diamonds. You can also sell your gold, silver, and coins at North Georgia Diamond between Walmart and Lowe's in East LJ. Locally owned by Bill and Allison Craig, North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Broken Bowl, located in beautiful downtown Blue Ridge at Sycamore Crossing, is locally owned and operated. Our Simply Noel selection is the largest around. We have a great selection of unique clothing and several lines to choose from for men and women. We carry a beautiful variety of handmade jewelry from Blessed Be and others. All kinds of gifts, starting to carry shoes this fall as well. Come visit us on your next trip to Blue Ridge. We can't wait to meet you at Broken Bowl, located in downtown Blue Ridge.
Circuit World, brand name merchandise at unbelievably low prices. Furniture, appliances, and electronics. Circuit World is locally owned and operated, serving the tri-state area. Circuit World has highly trained professionals to help. Visit your hometown Circuit World today. 3 locations in Georgia: Ellijay, Blue Ridge, and Blairsville, Franklin, and Murphy, North Carolina. No credit checks, so let Circuit World deliver to you today.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
Folks, as we close the show, I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's online, only online morning show. Netflix. What is the name of the show? I can't pronounce that first. What is that name? What would you call it?
I think it's Elisa Grace.
Elisa Grace? That's got BKP's recommendation on that. That was very good. That's my Netflix. Okay? I understand. Okay, I will give you, what if I give you a Netflix recommendation of the day? Is it of the week? Okay, this is of the week. Okay, but I have some older ones. I think, all right, so, okay, that's of the week. I recommend that one. All right, now, let's go. We only got a couple minutes, and the Ponzi scheme of pension bailouts, Democrat-sponsored U.S. Treasury bailout scheme. It's well on its way. I told you about that last week, okay? I told you about it last week. It is going to come to the floor. While they're talking about Roy Moore, Senator Sherrod Brown plans to introduce legislation that would allow struggling multi-employer pension funds to borrow from the U.S. Treasury to remain solvent. Remember, we laughed about that last week. Borrowing from the Treasury to remain solvent. Most definitely, benefit plans are nothing but a Ponzi scheme. Democrats sponsor a bailout. Will it pass? Watch for that. Watch what happens, okay? I do believe Republicans may not pass this. I don't know, but they will participate. Watch the pension plan bailout, Ponzi scheme. Very important you watch that this week. We talked about last week. For the first time in decade, U.S. puts 3 carriers, show of force, next to North Korea. Folks, I'm going to ask you to pay attention to Saudi Arabia, Lebanon, what's going on there, Hezbollah, Iran, the Middle East. It looks as though it could explode, no pun intended, any day. Okay? I read an article yesterday, Arab League to hold urgent meetings on Iran as Saudis reportedly mobilized fighter jets. Let's not forget, Saudi Arabia right now is someplace that you need to pay very close attention to in the next coming days. U.S., Russia agree on Iran-free zone in Syria. But here is the one. I'm trying to find the article I had yesterday. I want to find it again for a reason. It's called The New Normal. And I will tell you this. When Barack Obama took office,
President Donald Trump tried to explain not President Donald Trump, let me get that straight. Rush Limbaugh tried to explain the new normal. Jail, drugs, and video games. Why millennial men are disappearing from the labor force. This article is very good. It's on, I recommend you go to Zero Hedge, read this. I've read this entire article, Jail, Drugs, and Video Games. There's the facts of how employment went down when we crashed, and men did not come back into the workforce like women, and I'm going to tell you I agree with that. I see it on a daily basis here at FYN TV, okay? If we are looking, FetcherNews.com, we get more applications and interest from women on any given day. I don't take that wrong. I don't have time to go into that. But men did not come back in. First of all, the pain from opiates, moving to more depressing narratives, okay? Next explores the possibility that the rise in drug abuse, particularly opiates, is leaving men unemployed and displaced from the labor force. Recent work from Alan Kruger found that the rise in opiate prescriptions from 1999 to 2015 could account for 20% in decline in the male labor force participation rate during the same period, okay? Incarceration is on the rise, okay? This is in this article I would like for you to read. And then why work? There's 3 areas this study looks at of male millennials from 25. Why work when you can play video games? Seriously. Finally, there's the question of preference. Is it possible that we are seeing more young men choosing leisure over labor? According to the ATUS Time Use Survey, Use Your Time Wisely Survey, American Time Use Survey, between 2004 and 2007 and 2012 and 15, the average most of time men 21 to 30 worked declined by 3.13 hours, while the number of playing video games increased by 1.67, and the hours using computers rose by 0.06%. Young men playing video games because it's hard to find work or because they prefer it over working use the 2013 supplement ATUS. Kruger finds the game playing is associated with greater happiness, less sadness, and less fatigue than TV watching, and it is considered to be social activity. This can create a loose argument that the improvement in the video games has increased the enjoyment young men get from leisure, putting priorities on leisure over labor. And it's exactly that Tour of Duty video game that they're waiting to come out, the next one. Have you ever gone to a video store and watched a line of guys? I'm serious as can be, okay? Watched a line of guys that put their name down so they can be on the list for when the new video game comes out. I'm amused by it. I had to go into I'm not going to name the store, but I had to go into a gaming store, okay? I had to go into a gaming store one day to ask a technical question because that's where, I shouldn't say that, but ask a technical question, all right, on a video processor. Because let me tell you something, those kids play games. Call them kids. They play games, and they know how to video process. They don't know how to go out and work. They don't know how to drive a nail. They don't know how to pick up lumber. I can get everybody a job today that wants a job. You want a job? Guaranteed. That's one thing I will guarantee. You will have a job today. Okay? No, these guys lay their ass down there on a couch playing Tour of Duty or combat games. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have went there. But anyhow, I go to the video store, gaming store, because I have a technical question, and I had to stand in line. I'm listening to these guys next to the counter saying, when does so-and-so 2016 come out? I want to get my name on the list. There was a long list, a line, a guy's getting their name on it. I'm thinking, why the hell don't you have a damn job? I mean, why are you in here trying to figure out when a video game's coming out that you can play in your mom's damn basement? Should have never done that at 10 o'clock in the morning. Anyhow, I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. Today is the last day that you can try to win this basket of over $200 in prizes. In this basket, go to Fetch Your News. Like our page, find our Fetch Your News Facebook page, like that, okay? Hit that, then go and share the post, and then after you share the post, write follow you all, and that will be out today at noon. And then you got Vladimir and Donald. They're doing the Snapchat. Donald, we could snap the chat. And then nobody knows what we're doing, Donald. I'm out of here. I'll be back tomorrow on the Snap the Chat with Vladimir.